Alright, what's up guys? This is my first little tutorial. I have like a unique kind of style to do my mermaid crowns. They're kind of all over the place. And it's super easy. Everything can be bought at Michael's or Walmart or, I mean, heck, even the dollar store for some of the headbands. Here's what we're going to be kind of doing today. This is one of them here with all the jewels and shells. I think Gorilla Glue, hot glue is the best, because in the huge jumbo sticks for sure. Those are those will keep anything staying if it falls. If you guys are going to be working with kids, or if you're at a music festival, they are super easy and it really holds the whole thing together. All right, so what I'm going to start with is some headbands. I got these from the dollar store. I usually get bigger ones, but it's hard to find these nowadays because nobody's wearing them. So what I do is when I first start, I got this guy here at Walmart too. So what I'm going to do is put this one on first. I think I'm going to start with the maroon one. And I also got this head at Michael's. It's like $4 and sometimes they're on sale. You can get it at Michael's. And what we're going to do is start off by putting this on the forehead, which doesn't necessarily matter to size it on your model or your head yet. So what I'm going to do is keep this guy on top, and I'm going to super glue this to the bottom of the headband, because we're going to put the shells on top of the headband here, because this is more pretty to see. So if this is hanging out at the bottom a little bit, it's going to still look pretty good. So what we're going to do is start off right here. So then I'm going to go back on top over it. So I glued it on the bottom. So now I'm going to go back on top here. I got my box of shells, a bunch of different types of shells, and I got my pearls in here. Today I want to kind of do like a purple one. So I want to start with this little purple shell here. And I'm thinking I want to put it right in the middle. And I see how this guy is covered with other things. So I kind of want to start it off right in the middle there. So then I'm just going to super glue it in here. A lot of these crowns that I do are kind of in like a flow. Like I don't really have necessarily a full-blown idea right when I start. Start from scratch and then kind of start adding them in, see what kind of looks good. Because the glue, you can always really rip it off. My purple right there in the middle. Looks pretty good right there. Okay? So then I also bought some stuff like this at Michael's, like little tiny, just like random stuff that you make jewelry with, like stuff like this. All this stuff is like, it's really not expensive. So I think I'm going to start with adding these guys, which is the big shell, like unicorn looking stuff. I'm going to put it kind of right. So I'm going to start by gluing these guys. And also, if you guys are using these for props and whatnot, you don't have to be so picky about it. But if you're going to like festivals wearing them, or you really need to make sure at the end they're very pretty, because everyone's going to look at every single angle of them when you're walking around. So there's the two little guys up there. Now I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with these. So I either want to right in the middle here, which that looks really pretty. So I'm going to put that guy right in the middle here. So there's that one. I really like these like kind of salmon looking color shells as well. I think it goes really nicely with the purple. Glue that you don't burn yourself. We just want to keep it on there nice and sturdy. All this glue hair, see what I'm talking about? Got the salmon color ones in. So now, see how right here it's a little, we need to put something there. So let me just, like these guys kind of going out right here. I think that's pretty cool. So we'll have this one on this side, and this one on this side. So it's kind of like that. I found these two and I kind of want to do something again where it comes out the back like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to super glue these guys on the back of these shells right. With the shells, I think I kind of want to put these here. So, put those on. There. That's looking what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little tiny shells and I'm going to find a spot for them, and I kind of like it right here. If you look, it fits nicely. I'm right here on the sides. So I glued on these small little shells on the side. So now at Michael's I got a bunch of these little like kind of like diamond looking, but they're like purplish little gems. So then I'm going to put them, I'm thinking like right here on the side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these again because I got some more of these, and I'm thinking I'm going to add them both on the sides over here. So one right here and one right here, kind of super glue them so it's just kind of like a V effect going with this and this. I went back in my shell box and I found some of these guys. I really like them. They're super cute and white, and it's going to make all the other colors pop. So what I'm thinking to do is add them on the side. So one right here with this top going up, one right here, and one right here. So in the past I have tried to add like big shells on the side here, and it just doesn't look right. I think it needs to go big and then start getting small going down. So what I did, I picked out these in my shell box. So I'm going to add one right here to kind of tie it in, and then one right here. So I'm going to glue So now what I'm thinking I'm going to have you guys do is grab your shell bag, whatever, and grab a bunch of little small shells out of your favorite. And then we're going to just fill in the rest here, down the sides. Alright, so now since we're kind of almost finished, what I do is I'm pulling off all these glue hair strings here all over my mermaid's face. So I have these just plain white pearls. These guys too. See how they're colorful little. Just like we're gonna kind of use them just to fill in the boring gaps and all of this. So I'm just gonna start filling them in, the little gaps. All you gotta do pretty much is take your glue gun and squirt in the little spots. You're gonna take these guys and put them in there. So we're gonna start with the pearls. Right there. Front. There. Like these colorful, like blue and kind of. I like that right there better. So I'm gonna add this guy there. Absolutely perfect. This, when you go into Michael's, you gotta find a color scheme that you like for your mermaid crown. Stuff like, like purple and turquoise. Okay, so after I messed with my couple little pearls and like picking some spots for my pearls and gluing them in, I want to show you the mermaid crown, some like green little moss. So if you go to Michael's, you can get like some green little moss. If it works with the colors. I think it will, since this crown has just like a bunch of funky colors in it anyways. And so so we're going to add these in here next to the pearls. So I'm going to add some green moss there. So just add in some moss in random spots that you feel like would be best. It's all about your creative vision you have when you're. So I'm going to put a pearl right here on top of this so it's symmetrical right in the middle of this shell. Okay, so now that we're getting close to being done, pulling away all these glue hairs off again. So I like picking out little chains. Like this is from like an old necklace or a bracelet. It's just so it kind of goes onto the forehead and it just gives it like a unique touch. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it on there. So what I do is I take this side and I'm going to super glue it onto this side. Be careful of your fingers because this part's really hard. I always end up burning myself. So just be super careful of how you put it in there. You can take it off the head, put it on the table, and kind of glue it on the table if it makes it any easier. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it on there. Okay, so I'm all about reusing and recycling, like old jewelry, body chains, whatever. I'm lucked out because my girlfriend gets a lot of jewelry and body chains and whatever else. and she ends up not wanting them anymore, or they break, or something happens, and then I get them because then I get to reuse them in some of my little headpieces and whatnot. I made this like head chain thing that had these little circle gold little. So what I'm gonna do is, if you see it here, I'm gonna put it right in the middle right here. I'm gonna glue it. Alright, so I added my pearls on there on the side of my little like mid-forehead piece, and then I was looking at it and I was like, there's something off about it. I need to add. So I grabbed one more little chain, and I think I'm gonna attach it above the original chain just so it has two, so it's cool. So we're pretty much almost done, except just gonna go around and add a couple more random things in little spots. Yeah, so this fits pretty well, and it doesn't look like for this one you need a back to it, so, and it doesn't look like it's about to fly off or anything. Pretty snug, and it's comfortable, and it fits pretty well right on my head. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys subscribe to our next videos. We got tons more stuff coming out. We got Lightroom class, little tutorials, Photoshop tutorials, travel adventures, our Photoshop behind the scenes, and let us know if you guys have any ideas for our tutorials. We would love to hear them. And we're looking forward to any feedback or any pictures with our mermaid crowns. Send us some pictures and show us what you guys made. Alright, we'll see you guys next time.